In this video, we're going to take a look at installing and reviewing this Mangoal Dashcam for a Lexus ES350 2007 model. Here we are unboxing this, and as you can see, these are all the different components, and we got the model that has both the front view and the rear view cameras. They make custom fit models for each vehicle, and this is the special harness needed for my vehicle. This allows me to install the camera without running a special power cable. So let's begin. I'm showing some pictures here of my car before installing the camera. I wanted to see before and after how everything looks and compare. So first we're going to do the part in the front, and step one will be just to remove this little plastic piece. This kind of just pulls off and snaps off very easily. Next is there's a little screw under here. We need a T15. And we're going to go ahead and remove that screw. It's very easy. Okay, and that releases the mirror. And then we need to take this off, which kind of had to squeeze these two together. Yeah, there we go. You have to squeeze this piece here, and then it comes right off. Next, we need to take this out. So this simply opens, and then there's two plastic things in here, and we'll have to take those screws out. Be sure to put the screws in a safe place because you'll need them again. So what happens is there's actually these things that pop from the front. You don't pull it from the back. It took quite a bit of force to get the first one to pop, and then now I got the second one to pop. And then it comes right out. You pull that out, and there you go. So let's go ahead and route all of these wires in here, along with moving this one back inside so we can make all of the connections in here instead of over there. It's a little challenging because it's not all that big. So let's go ahead and move all of these through. It should be easy. So this is for the optional GPS. I don't think my car has a GPS connection up here. And then this connector is for power for the camera, dash cam, and then this is for the connector for the rear view camera, which I do have, and I'll be installing that as well. So we just need to make sure these are more or less able to fit here, and I think they're going to end up needing to go around this piece here, because there's really no room. If you look carefully here, there's really no room to squeeze any wires through that. So I have a feeling the cables are going to have to go around because I just don't see how I'm going to make that work otherwise. So this adapter has to go through here, and then this needs to go out so that it connects to this piece here. And yeah, let's go ahead and just put that back on. So that's got to be like that. And then this, I guess it's going to be hard to see because I can't mount that other way. And then this goes like that. So yeah, so some wires are going to be visible here pretty much, but I can make it so they're not really very visible. All right, so go ahead and hook it up and make sure this thing actually makes a tone before we go too far. when we turn on the power to the car. Because we wouldn't want to hook it all up and find out nothing works, right? There we go. And there's plenty of room. And for the camera, the instructions say you can route the cable through the front, but there's like a huge, I'll show this later, there's a huge hole here. I could probably try to route it through to the side, but we'll see how that goes. Anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and turn on the car power, and we should hear this make a beep. Yeah, it lights up over here. There, now we got the beep. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to try to thread the rear cam cable using this thick gray cable through the side here. So what we're going to do is try to thread this through. We're going to go ahead and pull this down. I found out the pillar part is right here with all the space. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this down. And you can see, well, maybe you can't, but there's a gap there. And we're going to use this, and we're going to try to thread it through there. There we go. If I go to the other side. It made it all the way through. And you can just pull out this piece and you no longer need it. Then we can begin just threading this through here this way, very, very easily. And we're going to have to do something to get it across both of those. Since this side pulls down, this seems like it's very, very straightforward to just push that through. Yeah, there we go. Yep. Very, very easy. You can see that this has come all the way through. Good. We just need this to go down here. So I was able to pop this part down, and this part, there's these little white connectors there. It just pops right down. And there's a lot of space in here. So basically I can put all the excess cable wire, tied up there. And this looks like this will be easy for the rear. So I measured the excess cable and tied it up. I then got the rear view camera and plugged it in and wanted to test out the positioning for it. I removed the lens cap and then got the app running, and I'll show more details on that later. But I checked the camera both at the top of the rear view glass and at the bottom, which is this image here, and I thought the bottom looked clearer, so I'm going to use that. And here's the camera mounted and in position. I then placed the wrap cable carefully inside the back pillar. Okay, now that the rear camera was done, let's begin work on the front camera. I carefully checked where I could place the front bracket, then tested it on the camera, removed the red backing to the adhesive, and mounted it on the dash. I then put this screw back in, holding in the rear view mirror. I snapped the camera onto the bracket and routed the wires carefully so that it looked pretty nice. I packed the extra cables in the upper part carefully, and then I installed the headlight thing back in the place where it came out. And we need to put in those two other screws, which I've done here. And here's how the front camera looks with everything installed and done. We've got some side views, and then a front view from outside the windshield, and then from inside the car. I really like that you can't really see it when you're sitting in the driver's seat. Now we're going to connect the Skycam app to the camera. Okay, so I'm in the app, and I'm going ahead and click Add Camera. I'm going to go ahead and power on the car. We'll hear the beep. There we go. Click Next, select Wi-Fi camera. So we'll do a connect. There we go. So we go back to Wi-Fi. And there we go. And the password is 123456778. Click Join. And we go back to Skycam. And it found the camera. And there's the picture in the front. Oh, that's because I've got my dash shade. So yeah, we can see that it's recording in the front. And if I click this, we can see that's the back. The review. Wow, look at those clouds. It's pretty nice. And then we go back to the front. And there's a couple of settings we can look at. There's resolution, exposure, Wi-Fi password. I guess you could change your Wi-Fi password. The format, do a factory reset, parking monitor if you've got that part hooked up. I don't have that hooked up. This is probably good collision sensing. We'll set it to, I don't know, medium is probably good. And then the loop recording, I've heard it's probably better to have the longer loop recording option. That way you don't have as many files if you want to look at something. But yeah, that's the app. And here's some sample video taken from the camera. This is in the middle of the day. And as you can see, it's pretty clear. You can easily read that sign if you were to stop the motion of the video. And here's the rear camera. Again, pretty clear. And then at night, I took this in the morning. It was actually kind of twilight in the morning. Again, pretty sharp. And the rear in the morning, pretty sharp. There was some rain in the morning, so you might see some drops on those shots. I'm very happy with the image quality of the videos, and you can also record audio as well, which I did, but I didn't include it here. There is one thing I wanted to add. This is a still of the rear view camera with my brakes on, and because I placed my camera low, it is a better image quality, but there's a little red U there because of the brake lights reflecting the middle light that's under the back rear window. But overall, I'm still pretty happy with the placement lower rather than higher. I decided to calculate how long the loop time would be, meaning how frequently would it overwrite the earlier recordings. And if you look at the math above, if you're recording both front and back with audio at a 128 gigabyte memory card, you get a bit over 11 hours, which is quite a long time of recording. Overall, I'm very happy with this Mangoal camera. It's pretty straightforward to install. The image quality is very good. It works with my iPhone, which I love. And it's simple to download images. You can take the memory card out and download the images separately if you want. It's very straightforward. And I like that you can get it with a custom harness that integrates with the existing electrical system of your car. They sell all kinds of different models, so check out their website. There's a link in the description for my particular make and model, but you could easily search their store for the particular model of your car. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. And take a look at one of my other videos here.